Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for World Trigger Chapter 147. This review's up a little bit late because I had a funeral I had to go to early in the week. Plus, I've been playing Injustice and just really bad at the game, so I've been trying to work on that. I spent 2 days beating the story mode, and then by the time I finished, I thought, oh, I guess I'm pretty decent at this game. And stupid me decided to go online and watch some videos of people at Evo last year playing, and then I realized how much I sucked. So now I've been trying to get better, and day 4, there's no progress. I mean, it's only 4 days, but even so, it's still awful. So I've been working on that, but the review's up. All right, in this episode, this chapter was decent. Um, Most of the chapter was just Tamakoma themselves discussing whether or not Hughes should actually join Osamu's squad and how they would actually go about doing that. Though I will mention that in the very beginning of this chapter, we saw a screenshot of the scores for the top B-rank teams, so we have an idea of how far out Tamakoma is. So Ninomiya's squad has 34 points. Kage, he has 31. Ikoma squad has 27. Tamakoma has 26, and Oji squad has 25. So there's someone right on their heels, but they're really close to being in third place. All right, which I mean, I thought to go to A rank, you have to be one of the top 2 teams. So they're going to have to beat out Kage somehow, some way. They're going to need to beat out Kage. So they got 7 points in the last round. So, I mean, it's if Kage squad gets real unlucky, and in their next match they only get like 2 points or something like that, and then Tamakoma has a repeat performance with 7 points, then I mean, then this could work out. But I mean, they'd have to get lucky, and Kage squad would have to just be shut out practically. Um, And the only way that's going to happen is if they're, I guess, facing Ninomiya again or something like that. But I don't know if they're repeat matches because I haven't seen any yet. So, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they face Ikoma and they're able to hold them or something. I don't know. But it's definitely possible, but it's not going to be easy. Okay, so Tamakoma, they've got their work cut out for them, and they need to keep up these like 7 point wins and like shutouts and stuff. They need to keep doing that. Um, I, I guess that's why. Well, I don't even know if adding Hughes will change anything, because the only thing adding Hughes will do is minimize the amount of points people get off you. But I mean, everybody. Oh well, no, they missed 1 point. They missed 1 point because of Fumika bailing out after Chica shot her. So they ended up not getting that point. But all the other points they legit got. They got 2 from Suwa Squad from beating not Suwa Squad. What am I talking about? Uh, Zaki. So where'd I get Suwa from? they got they got 2 points from taking out Zaki and Tomoe, and they got 3 points for taking out everybody in Katri squad. So I mean, and then survival point. I mean, do you get survival points for? No, I don't think you get survival points for each individual member. Do you? I don't know, but that's the only way they can get points. Just make sure no one bails out next time. There's not much they can do to get more than 7 points. I mean, that's pretty legit. All right, so that there's not much more they can do to improve offensively. All they can do is improve defensively, making sure that people don't bail out, making sure no one gets points on them, and that they don't lose anybody. So there's not much more they can do, but Hughes is definitely going to help in case they do find themselves in a situation where Yuma gets beaten and they still need a second ace, because that's actually what Hughes' argument was. Because he started poking holes in their entire offense and saying you need a second ace to be there in case something happens to Yuma. You got lucky this time because he was able to beat Katri before bailing out himself because of the loss of Tryon. But there are going to be cases where you aren't that lucky and you're going to need a second ace, and that's where I come in. You need me, deal with it, and then put me on your team. All right, so once they decided that they were going to put Hughes on the team, they need to come up with a way to make sure that his cover wasn't blown. because there are select people who know that Yuma's a neighbor, but not everybody. Wait, does everybody know that Yuma's a neighbor at this point?
I don't even remember at this point.
Anyway, um, they start thinking about how to best keep Hughes's cover, and they say that most people haven't actually seen his face slash know that he's a neighbor. Only a few C rankers did, so they say that in that regard, most people wouldn't know that most of their opponents at least wouldn't really know that he's a neighbor. Then they can give him a Treon body to hide his horns. All they and actually since he looks forward looking, it turns out that one of Tamakuma's engineers, Mikhail, he's actually a neighbor too, but his cover is that he's Canadian, and they could just say he's a relative of Mikhail. So that's how they're going to explain a foreign-looking guy suddenly showing up in Japan, being a member of Border. That's how they're going to explain that. So I mean, hey. Uh, if it I honestly I wouldn't even be surprised. I wouldn't even be surprised because some of these people in Border are so laid back. Like they'll probably hear the cover story and be like, all right, whatever, So then they probably won't care. It's just HQ that they need to convince, and that's how the chapter ends. Um, Osamu was trying to think of some way to convince everybody at HQ that he should be allowed on the team, and they end the chapter with Osamu and the team in front of everyone at HQ. And Kido asking, all right, go ahead. Let's see how you're going to try and do this. So, though the one issue was that Hughes didn't want to give up any information on his homeland because he's loyal to his lord. But Osamu agrees with that condition anyway, saying, I'll find a way to get them to agree without you having to give up information. So, yeah, that is that chapter in a nutshell. Um, I mean, well, a lot of this, I'll give this chapter 6.5 out of 10 because there wasn't really anything new in the chapter. We already knew Hughes wasn't going to betray his lord. We already knew he wasn't going to give up information. We already knew about these holes in the team's offense. We already knew Hughes was going to join the team. It wasn't really anything new, minus the scores that we got, but that's minor. Not really, but it's still kind of minor. So I'll give chapter 6.5 out of 10. I am looking forward to the next one though, because I don't know, because like it's different than when Yuma joined, because Yuma is the son of the freaking founder of Border, but this guy, he's literally attacked you and is an enemy. And you never know when he can become an enemy again. So if Border's interests clash with his own, he said right there, I'll fight you. I don't give a crap. So it'll be interesting seeing how Osamu attempts to convince Kido and the others. So yeah, the Shinoda will probably be open to it at least, but it'll still be difficult trying to convince everyone. So I'm looking forward to that. But for now, this chapter will get a 6.5 out of 10, and that's that, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at BlacklistOTA. And I will see you guys next time.